What if our source of life, the sun itself, is about to fall asleep? Could this plunge our planet into a freezing darkness? A new ice age? There's a theory whispered across the internet, the grand solar minimum. And according to this theory, humanity should be bracing for one of the harshest winters in its history. The roots of this theory are hidden in the frozen pages of history. Let's go back to the 17th century, to a period known as the Maunder Minimum. For about 70 years, sunspots, the markers of solar activity, almost completely vanished. And the result? Earth experienced the coldest phase of what we now call the Little Ice Age. Rivers across Europe froze solid for months, harvests failed, and famines became widespread. Famous frost fairs were held on the frozen Thames, a spectacle that feels almost impossible today. This wasn't just a cold winter, it was a generational shift in the climate. So is history about to repeat itself? Some scientists claim that the sun's current cycle is one of the weakest in the last 200 years, and that we are on the verge of entering a new grand solar minimum. For proponents of this theory, the scenario is grim. This decrease in solar activity could cause the Earth's upper atmosphere to cool and contract. This, in turn, could disrupt major weather patterns like the jet stream. The consequences: extreme winters, devastating storms, and widespread droughts. Agriculture could collapse, and energy grids could fail under the strain. It sounds like the plot of a disaster movie. But is it reality? Should we really be preparing for a new ice age? Or is this all just hype? To find the truth, we need to look at what the world's leading scientific institutions are saying. NASA and the world's top climate scientists agree. A grand solar minimum is a real phenomenon. Yes, the sun is indeed entering a quieter phase. However, its effect on Earth's climate is nowhere near as catastrophic as the hype suggests. According to scientific models, the cooling effect from this solar downturn will be minimal. We're talking about a temperature drop of only about 0.1 to 0.3 degrees Celsius, a fraction of a degree. Now let's compare that number to the temperature increase caused by man-made global warming over the last century. The sun's cooling effect is like adding a single ice cube to a boiling pot of water. It simply isn't powerful enough to reverse the significant warming trend or trigger a new ice age. The numbers don't lie. So what about the Little Ice Age? Scientists now believe that period wasn't caused by the sun alone. It was likely a perfect storm of a quiet sun combined with major volcanic eruptions, which blasted ash into the atmosphere and blocked sunlight. So the verdict is in. Yes, the grand solar minimum is real. No, it is not likely to cause a new ice age. At best, it might be a small speed bump, perhaps delaying global warming by just a few years. But maybe this whole debate makes us ask the wrong question. While we focus on a hypothetical threat from the sun, are we ignoring the greatest danger of all? The one we create ourselves, right here on Earth, every single day. Perhaps the real doomsday scenario isn't being written in the stars, but right here, under our feet.